are you doing? I am great. Thank you so much for asking. It's me, Kim, and I am back for another video. Hi. Happy July. Are we? Oh, let me get my braids out. You know, it's braid season. Are we halfway through the year? What is going on? I am actively looking for ways to slow down life. I've been engaging with the work of a Harvard Business School professor named Arthur Brooks. He writes and researches happiness. And so I'm just looking for time needs to slow down a little bit. Like I'm 35. I remember my 21st birthday like it was yesterday. Like what's going on? Anyways, we are here today to talk about the 2024 BET Awards. No, I did not watch it live. I am way past the age where the BET Awards is appointment television for me. I was doing grown people things. I was doing grown folks stuff, but I tapped in at the end of the night and watched most of the performances, and there were some really, really good ones, and I have a lot of thoughts. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Yes, grown folks stuff. So let's go ahead and get into today's big three. So first, we are going to be talking about the BET Awards performances that caught my attention. There's really only four that I was super into. Well, four performances and then the Usher tribute. And then we will talk about the Usher tribute. And at the end, we will come back around and talk about Normani and some of the other miscellaneous BET Awards related ideas that are floating around in my head. Okay? All right.
See from the neck down, I'm dead, so late. He don't wanna be kept on keep. He don't wanna pay me, don't keep. I don't get left, I'ma leave.
They ain't never had a pretty girl from Joe Brooks to me now, and that's what they prefer.
Know that I read it. Making the way is a forte with. Might not even hit you when I'm in your city.
All right. So we are going to talk about Megan Thee Stallion, Tyla, Victoria Monét, and GloRilla. Other people performed. Will Smith performed. Now, you know what? No. We can't do that here. Let me add that to the end. Let me add my thoughts on that to the end. Let's talk about Megan Thee Stallion's performance. Megan Thee Stallion performed her number one song hit, Hiss, and then she performed a couple of other songs from her new album, Megan. I have not listened to the new album yet. I love Megan as a person. I like her personality. I like the way that she attacks life and her career. I love a worker bee. I love discipline. Megan Thee Stallion has all of that. The songs. You know, when you come over here, my number one refrain is, but are the songs good? Stage presence, check. Charisma, check. Discipline, ambition, check. Are the songs good? Megan is certainly famous enough to be the opener for the BET Awards. She is right now on a US, I'm not sure if it's international. She's on an arena tour in the United States. That's remarkable. She sold out Madison Square Garden. Crazy. I've seen some of the videos from the tour. Looks real good, really high production value. But when I went back and watched that performance, it looked great. I am partial to a performance where there's 50 people on stage. Oh, y'all are telling me the songs are Hiss, Boa. Ooh, I like Boa because I like that. Ooh, I like Boa because I like the Gwen Stefani sample. Okay, Hiss, Boa, and Where's the Girls or Where the Girls At or something like that. After watching that really well put together performance, I'm sure Sean Bankhead choreographed it, loved the outfits, loved the theme of it. Do I immediately press pause on YouTube and say, I have to listen to those songs again? Oh my God, that was amazing. I have to listen to those songs again. I don't. And that's a real life hurdle for Megan Thee Stallion, the rapper, the pop star. I'm not sure what is happening. I'm not sure what's going on there. But I just don't think that the singles match the potential. And so hopefully okay. But anyways, really good in multiple ways except for the songs, and the songs are the most important part of being an entertainer, an artist. So, that's that. All right, let's move on. You guys, it is a great day to be a Victoria Monét stan. Oh my goodness. Victoria Monét stans, the tribe as we call ourselves, we are just pleased as punch. We are excited. We are enthusiastic. We're not assholes like some of the other stand-ums. We're not gloating about how consistently remarkable Victoria Monét is every time she pops out. We're not gloating about the fact that she has incredible aesthetic tastes, that every time she leaves her home, she looks fantastic. The composition, the creative direction. You know, I had some issues with that last video, but I don't think that's her fault. But the rest of the videos from Jaguar 2, the previous videos from Jaguar, the previous videos from her smaller eras were so well put together, beautiful, great taste. We don't gloat about the fact that Victoria Monét is by far the most skilled all-around dancer in popular music right now. We don't gloat about that. All we do is celebrate our girl when she comes out and overachieves, as she always does. This performance of All Right and On My Mama, I'm so happy for her. There was a comment on my last breakfast with Kimberly about, talking about her first week sales and why weren't you talking about Victoria Monét's first week sales? Nobody was thinking about Victoria Monét's first week sales because nobody was thinking about Victoria Monét except for a stan. Because I'm a stan from 2020, okay? Moment. And by the way, if you want to get back into the first Jaguar era, that performance of Moment that she did on Jimmy Kimmel Live from 2020, spectacular. But they weren't checking for Victoria Monét because she didn't have name recognition. She was literally clawing her way up on her 6th album. So we're a year of Victoria Monét doing every single thing that she needed to do to get the recognition and respect that she deserves. And she has played this perfectly. Amazing sold out tour. People were clamoring for tickets. Oh, I'm ashamed to tell y'all how much money I spent on Victoria Monét concert tickets in the secondary market. Way too much, but it was worth it. Amazing personality, so fun in interviews, so thoughtful and knowledgeable, so gracious, but also spectacularly talented as a performer and a songwriter. It's just too much. It's an embarrassment of riches for the Victoria Monét stands. This performance, it was a triptych, so 3 parts. There's On My Mama, which features the kind of co-ed vibe, baggy, tall tee, okay. Are you from where I'm from? Okay. Tall tee, baggy jeans, the Letterman's jacket. It has the HBCU vibe. There's so much energy from the very beginning. First of all, it's so fitting that Victoria, during her acceptance speech, shouted out the dancers because the dancers are setting the scene. They are creating the vibe, and they started off where we're just so excited. She comes out, she is dancing her motherfucking ass off. It's so good. And by the way, when that Charlie boy On My Mama comes in, the Oklahoman in me cannot. I'm sorry. The Oklahoman in, like, I can't. When he came out at the Dallas stop of her tour, I could barely contain myself. And then at the end of that first part, she and the dancers do the jacket part, you know, everybody's favorite part of the music video, where they're in and out of the jackets doing that choreography, and they did it live, and I still don't really understand how it worked, and it was perfect. Sean Bankhead, the genius that you are. I'm glad that she acknowledged Sean Bankhead and how incredible, multifaceted, and talented he is, because so good. So then we transition into All Right, when we get Kaytranada, and when she comes back out on stage, and the way that the staging was and the levels that there were, and she is wearing the Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal suit. It fucking ate. I'm sorry. And then going into that choreography, I just thought, oh, it's so, so good. And actually, one thing I really like about Victoria is it is the way that she presents herself and engages with aesthetics. It is so multifaceted. It's not one note. My issue, whenever I'm talking about the compulsory sexualization of Black women entertainers, my issue is not the sexuality. My issue is the compulsory part of it. My issue is the coercion. I don't have a problem with women wanting to be sexy or twerk or whatever. The problem is if there is only space for them to do that one thing, and everybody is only doing the one thing, and then that's just the norm. That's the given part of it. I like that Victoria goes in and out of it. She is sexy, she is sexual, but it's lots of different things. I like the space that opens up. I like the space that gives herself and her artistry. Just great. I like the musical choices for All Right. All Right is it my favorite? I think it might be my favorite song on Jaguar 2. Too short, but I think it is. And there's the live instrumentation that was woven into the live performance. There's a guitar. There's this guitar that came in during the All Right at the end of the song. I like the way that she switches up, the notes. What he gave me some dick embedded. I think his dick is embedded. About to leave his text unread and let him know that I read it. And he, like these just little these little nuances that are supposed to give it the feel. Now, do I think that that vocal was 100% live? No. Do I think it really matters that much? No. But it feels live. Right? And that's really all that, that's the end, right? And it adds some novelty to the performance. It adds some musical interest to it. I just thought, I just love, obsessed. She's doing multiple styles of choreography in one performance. She came back out and was in the, sexy cutout thing and with the water. And every single part of it was executed exceptionally well. When at the end, when she is, in my view, okay, this is my interpretation of the end, where there's the Jaguar sound, and she is embodying the Jaguar slinking across the stage, and then she lays out, to my mind, we are at the end of the Jaguar Era. I think I've heard her reference that this is the end of the Jaguar Era in an interview recently. That makes perfect sense. We've been here for a minute and it's great. I love the theme. So I talked in the last breakfast with Kimberly about I am not used to Black women entertain, like the silver stuff. Beyonce kind of brought it in a new way, but the blue, the silver, the cool tones that were present in her red carpet looks, that were present when she came up on stage to accept the award, that were present in the live performance, this performance that was present in the Usher tribute. There was a real unity there that requires so much foresight. I like details. I do. I like attention to details. She absolutely deserved to win Video of the Year for On My Mama. I'm just happy for her. I just really am. I just think she killed it. And how old is Victoria Monét? I think I'm 35. Maybe she's 34. And the fact that her career is cresting, it's hitting this point at this point in her life, I am happy for her like I know her. Let's move on to GloRilla. I'm not, a rapidy rap girl like that. I don't like all that bumpty bump. It is not for me. But over the weekend, I was thinking about how expertly GloRilla has navigated her career. Talk about GloRilla herself having good instincts, and whoever is managing her, they are doing an incredible job. A part of me thinking this was seeing that viral clip of Rihanna singing the song. But I've been thinking that for a long time because I love those GloRilla songs. And that's not even something I would naturally gravitate to. But the way that I play Wannabe in this house, the way that, because little lines get stuck in my head, the way that for days on end, I would be just randomly saying, if he don't want the baby, then bitch, don't keep it, ho. It's so good. Yeah, Glow, TGIF, Wannabe. GloRilla incorporated 3 different songs in that performance. All 3 of them are fucking bops. That's not easy. All 3 of those songs go. And not only do those songs go, she was going. There is discourse about how much pressure we put onto Black women performers, Black women rappers, when we don't expect the same out of the men. Yeah, that's true. We expect for the girls to do a lot. But to see somebody like GloRilla, who I don't imagine when she came up rapping in Memphis that she was like, yeah, I'm gonna be doing 8 counts or whatever. Or maybe I'm pigeonholing her. Okay, maybe I am being a bigot. Maybe I'm being a bigot against rappers from Memphis. Maybe that's my prejudice. Whatever she was dreaming of when she was rapping, when Glory Hallelujah, because that is her legal name, whatever she was thinking of rapping on the streets of Memphis, she has achieved it and more. She was eating that choreography up. The stage presence was up. The rapping was up. She was rapping live. There was no backing track. The breath control was up. The creative direction of that performance was so, baby, Big Glow is it. And somehow I feel like, even though she is really succeeding, somehow I feel like Big Glow is underrated. Why is that? Am I imagining that? She is good. So, the end of the song ends with the Wannabe remix with Megan Thee Stallion. And this is where it gets tough for me because I love Megan's verse on Wannabe. Love it. And I remember listening to it for the first time and being like, now why can't we get this on the stuff Megan makes? Baby, I'm going up. That is not my nigga, don't claim him. You know, with my boyfriend's driving the car. That is not my nigga, don't claim him, right? He don't want to be saved, don't save him. That is not my nigga, don't, right? Like, it's like, oh, sorry. Not you. Present company excluded. You know? Like, why can't we get that feel? Why can't we get that feel from the stuff that Megan herself produces and releases? I have a question about that. Megan, queen of features. All right, let's move on to Tyla, my last exceptional. Oh, Tyla. Look, I know Tyla is not going to beat the industry plant allegations. She's just not. And I'm okay with that. Okay? Call me problematic. I love an industry plant. Sorry. But honestly, I thought with Tyla that water was going to be it for her. I did not expect for her to be able to effectively follow up with water or to have something else that I also thought was a cute little song. I like Jump a lot. I don't think Gunna needs to be on Jump. I don't think Gunna adds a lot to Jump musically, but I understand that as an industry plant, no, I'm going to be honest with you. I truly believe that Tyla's success, that her stardom is very carefully architected by people in the highest rungs of the music industry. That those people are deeply invested in the success of Tyla. They see Tyla's potential to reach all corners of the globe. And they might not be wrong. I think if you are saying, where did this girl come from? Okay. So let me clarify. By industry plant, I mean that the people who really have the ability to choose where the money goes, to choose where the budgets go, to pick the best songs are deeply invested in Tyla. Like, I don't think that somebody was walking through the streets of Johannesburg, South Africa, and like plucked her out. I think that once she had that momentum, that it was like, oh crap, this girl's gonna go. And she is gonna go. Because that was a really good performance. So high level, like there's something we need to talk about this performance, but we'll start with the women body painted like tigers in the cage, and then it looks real, and then Tyla comes down, and then it moves, and it's like, oh, that so good. I'm like, oh, where's this budget? Like, this is so good. For her first BET Awards performance, I haven't really seen a lot of big Tyla performances. I'm like, oh, okay, this is great. This is really good. She was singing live. She had stage presence. She was dancing. I like that kid. I do. I like that song. I like a spectacle and a bop. What can I say? Now, do I want to put my critical pop culture analysis lens on? Like, do I want to put Kimberly the serious cultural commentator glasses? Do I want to put those on? Because there are links between the video for Jump, which I really like, and the live performance that she did on the BET Awards, for sure. Ooh, I know the South Africans were really loving me a video or two ago, and I feel like y'all might not like it. I do kind of feel like Tyla was playing into some tropes about African primitivism with that performance. I don't want to go too deep into it, but I was like, this is giving me Lion King vibes. And I'm not sure it needs to give that. But it was entertaining. It was fun to watch. But I just thought, we got the cages and the tigers. I don't know. I saw The Lion King on Broadway last summer because that was our family vacation. And I was just like, Anyways, I might take some time to really work through that at a later date. But I just think there's some interesting choices being made there. But y'all are gonna say, y'all are gonna say that I'm, being too, yeah. Okay. Okay. Let us move on.
Oh, baby.
Do. When I go home and I lay my head down, all the time I think about you. I realize that I can be a lover. Let's just
Sway your body so perfect, babe. How you work it, baby, yeah.
open wide, tempered every time. Leave me so inspired. Full love, anticipating good love. To be bad, I need a bad girl.
Then I took the roles that they cut and then I put them on. How you like me now when my show right?
Okay. Usher was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award, and very well deserved. Usher has had an incredible year, an incredible 18 months. I went to go see the Usher residency twice. I saw the first iteration and then I saw the second iteration last year. It was phenomenal. I've been raving ever since. It was one of the best shows I've ever seen. I had the best time, one of the best times I have ever had at a concert ever in life. It's so great to see Usher getting his flowers, being celebrated, being honored, getting big stages, getting big platforms, especially as somebody who primarily makes R&B music. Usher has done a little bit of the crossover stuff over the years. It's not my favorite, but his primary domain is R&B music. Love that for him. I thought it was so interesting that his tribute was predominated by women. But it makes sense. It makes sense because okay, y'all put in the chat. Okay, if we gender swapped this Usher tribute, if instead of all women and Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, who would the men under, we'll see, 35 be? Do not fucking say Chris Brown. Don't. But I think it's really fitting that this was a tribute done by women. I think women are killing it in Black music right now. I think the women singers, the women performers are doing the most interesting stuff, the most dynamic stuff. They're having incredible success. Last year, Coco Jones went on tour. Victoria Monét went on tour. Beyonce went on tour. Chloe was on tour again. It's just insane, incredible. Okay. So what is do I have an issue with it being all women? No, I had an issue with Childish Gambino. Donald Glover, somebody explain to me why Donald Glover and his chancletas from Guava Island was there all up in the video. Like, no. I maybe they were skittish about having the tribute be only women. Maybe. But he did not add anything in that slow down, lifeless version of You Make Me Wanna. And I just didn't like it at all. And then with the auto-tune programmed into the microphone, I didn't like it. And honestly, when they panned to Usher, he didn't look super amused or enthused. I saw Donald Glover up there singing that song in that really dull, lifeless way. I said, this is affirmative action for men. My thing dropping. I'm like, oh my God, get him out of here. No, I was not into that at all whatsoever. Didn't like it. But the women. Kiki Palmer came out to do You Don't Have to Call, and Donald Glover did the slowed down version of You Don't Have to Call, and Kiki Palmer did You Make Me Wanna. Oh my God. And then that transition where it was supposed to be Donald Glover meeting Kiki Palmer, and Kiki Palmer is doing boom, cack, boom, cack, boom, cack. And then she's like really into it, and Donald Glover can't really dance because he's wearing those sandals. I'm like, oh my God, go away. No, I don't hate Donald Glover. I don't hate Donald Glover, but I just was like, okay. Kiki Palmer did You Make Me Wanna, the classic song, and did all of the choreography. I think she killed it. Does she have my favorite voice? No, but the pre-recorded vocals, the choreography was 100% on point. Stage presence on point. She hit all of her marks. Boomcat would be proud. Just spot on. So good. Killed it. Summer Walker. We have been clowning the collective we, okay? Have been clowning Summer Walker because often she would go on stage and look really lifeless. And that is such a bummer because Summer Walker is such a stunning songwriter. And not only is she a stunning songwriter, her albums are great. It's not just that she makes good singles. The whole project are good. I think Over It Too. What was that last? Was that the name of the last album, or I'm Over It Too, or the fall? I thought that was underrated. Should have been Grammy nominated. Great album from beginning to end. Interesting backstory too. I love that she came out. She was dancing. She was moving. She was working the stage. She was singing live. The song that she has with Usher. I am so proud of Summer Walker. You know, if you are a stickler for performances and charisma and work and stage presence the way that I am, those of us who stand excellence, often we get painted as haters, okay? I'm not a hater. If you do good work, I am going to acknowledge the good work. If you improve, if I can see you stepping up, I'm going to admit it. And Summer Walker did a great job. Hit all the notes. Looked interested. She didn't look bored on stage at all. Couldn't be happier for her. The next standout for me, though, was Coco Jones. Baby, Coco Jones looked so good. I loved the black. She was really embodying, it felt like a character, because when you see Coco in her vibe, in her element, she seems just kind of goofy and fun. She doesn't really seem like, the seductress kind of person, but I love the idea that she was really singing this song. And I saw multiple people say, I saw this on YouTube, I saw this on Twitter, that she was pulling an Usher on Usher. I thought it was spectacular. She made sure to go to his wife before she went to him, and because there was that whole thing. I loved it. I loved it. And shout out to Coco Jones, and shout out to ICU. And I love her. I'm obsessed with her. I just want nothing but the best for her. She ate it up. She looked great. I also loved, again, Usher is a male R&B singer who writes or sings songs that are about seducing women. We don't really get that anymore. I love that the women were not swapping out the genders. Even the straight women not swapping out the genders. Yeah. Yeah, girl, sing about spreading women's legs. Don't be freaking fragile. Loved it. After Coco Jones, Marsha Ambrosius. Now look. Oh, now this is where Hater Kimberly really is going to come out. I have been saying since the early 2000s that Marsha Ambrosius can't sing. I think she is an exceptional songwriter. Butterflies is a top tier song. Beautiful, gorgeous, stunning. The actual voice, though, and I have encountered people who are legit Marsha Ambrosius stans. And I've been like, so what are you standing exactly? I don't hear it. I don't hear it. So when she came out singing the opening notes of Superstition, I said, and none of those notes were the right notes. I'm sorry. Were any of those notes the right notes? Anyways, if we really want to talk about how colorism creates careers, I think that is an exceptional example of it. Because no. Oh, Superstar is the Usher song. Superstition is, who am I thinking of? Stevie Wonder? Okay. Sorry. When she came out singing the opening notes of Superstar, No. All right, let's move on. You guys, I'm proud of GloRilla. I am proud of Summer Walker for her improvements. I am so proud of Chloe because it's not just that you can tell that she works hard. It's not just that you can tell that she put a lot into the performance. It's that she fucking killed it. She killed it. I'm not giving extra points for effort. I am saying that the final product was fantastic. One, Good Kisser is already one of my favorite Usher songs, an Usher song that I genuinely think is underrated. And I felt like it was underrated since I saw Usher perform it in Vegas. The instrumentation, the arrangement in Vegas that Usher did of Good Kisser sent that song through the fucking roof for me. The Stevie Wonder interpolation that got woven in, I don't let Good Kisser come on. That is my shit. And so to see Chloe attack Good Kisser like that and get it right from beginning to end, oh my goodness gracious. It was pitch perfect. Now, again, probably pre-recorded vocal, but that's fine. Live or pre-recorded. Here's the thing about the pre-recorded shit with Chloe. No matter what it was, most people can't do that. So I'm not even really tripping on that because it sounded so good. The way that she was using her voice on that song, I was like, Chloe, what's going on? Chloe, what's going on? And this is only 90 seconds, less than 2 minutes. I just thought it was 2 minutes of incredible vocal, stage presence. It was controlled, but it was fiery. It was focused. It was intense. The vocal flourishes that she adds, the tone. She looked great. Her interactions with the dancers were great. I'm like, this is what I be saying. This is what I have been saying. This is what I have been saying. Songs matter, you guys. Songs matter. Now, it does seem like Chloe has been working. Let me not yell. It appears that Chloe has been working on controlling her performances. Before, the performances felt too erratic for me, too all over the place. Just control it. I definitely see that. But also, Chloe's talent has been really, really let down on that last album, In Pieces, by the quality of the songs. We see here when a great song meets a great vocalist and great performer, there's magic in the Chloe universe. I just hope that we can continue this on. I know she is on the brink of a new era. I know she is. I hope we can, because that, whoever the A&R is that's working with her, whoever the management is, that is it. Okay. And the other thing, my last thing on this, was when Chloe was singing and it cuts to Usher, Usher is fucking feeling it, you guys. Did you see how excited he was? How into it he was when Chloe was hitting it? Oh, that was great. Very, very underrated song. Next, Tinashe, Nice and Slow. Absolutely not. No. no. Dreadful, no. I am happy for Tinashe that Nasty is getting the praise that it should. It's a cute little song. It's honestly not my favorite song, but it's a cute little song. But the the voice, no. And oh baby, when she got to the bridge of Nice and Slow, so tell me, do you wanna match my freak? That's how it sounded. Me and Tina Shay. Me and Tina Shay were singing about the same. I said, girl. The people with white parents weren't doing great last night. Okay. Last but not least, Tiana Taylor and Victoria Monét for Bad Girl. Ugh. When I went to go see Usher in Vegas last April, when he did Bad Girl, he brought out Tiana Taylor, and she was the dancer. And it worked. It was amazing. Of course, Tiana Taylor kills it every single time she's on stage. I loved it. And so it was so interesting seeing her do this on the BET Awards, being the more masculine performer and doing the same song. It worked so well. When the song is opening and there is a reveal that Tiana Taylor is doing the gender swap and Victoria Monét is playing the role of the sexy girl, that was amazing. Victoria Monét loves a reference. So I noticed early on in the night, I'm like, this looks like a Beyonce wig. I'm like, why Victoria Monét got on her Beyonce wig? That's why she had on her Beyonce wig. Because in the filmed version of the Confessions tour, Usher brought out Beyonce, and Beyonce was the little, the sexy dancing girl. Pop it, pop it, pop it, pop it, right? In that was cute. And there was, they left room for Jesus in between them. I remember that from watching the DVD. Like, y'all could get a little closer if y'all really trying to be seductive. But, I'm sure Jay-Z was back there watching with his arms folded, But also a reference, the Victoria Monét silver two-piece, a reference to Beyonce's iconic outfit that she wore during her Deja Vu performance that we can't get enough of. It was amazing. It was so good. Sean Bankhead, again, I am 100% sure that is Sean Bankhead choreography because Sean Bankhead loves a little tumbling pass. He loves to put some gymnastic stuff in the choreography. There's not a whole bunch of people who are putting in backwards rolls into the choreography. That's definitely a hallmark, and he's been doing it for years. Speaking of recently, because I was thinking about Normani, I went back and watched some of those older Fifth Harmony videos. And for that last Fifth Harmony album, the videos are great. The choreography is great. The performances in the videos are great. There is a video for a song on that album called He Like That. He Like That. Boom, boom, boom. He Like That. And the video, those girls are eating that choreography up. And especially Normani was eating that choreography up in that video. And they all look so young. I'm like, oh, God. Anyway, Sean Bankhead, I said all that to say, Sean Bankhead has had it for a long time. Because I remember he choreographed that video. Pumps in a bump. Pumps in a bump. Because they're on the, they're up against the wall. Pumps in a bump. Pumps in a... That was great. That was really good. Anyway, back to Sean Bankhead. And he likes to have the girls tumbling on stage. He also did similar kind of choreography for Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion when they performed WAP at the Grammys a couple of years ago. So that's him. a flawless execution. Victoria, you're killing us, girl. You're killing us. But both of them were great. They were great. The intricacy of the choreography, the athleticism of the choreography, it was just a stunning performance. I know that when I was talking about Chapel Roan last week, people got mad about my fake bisexuals comment. I don't take it back. But I don't believe that all bisexuals are fake bisexuals. I don't think Victoria Monét and Tiana Taylor, they're really eating. They're real eaters, if you will. Like, you know, I'm not convinced. Like, you don't have to prove nothing to me. Victoria and Tiana don't have to prove nothing to me. Like, I believe it. I'm with them. That tribute really exemplified for me why, I forgot Lotto. I'm not a big Lotto. A couple of Lotto songs are cute. She did Ludacris's song. She did Ludacris's verse from Yeah. She's from Atlanta. It was cute. It was fine. It was fine. Like I said, the people with white parents, I don't think they had a great night last night. It's fine. Better days are coming. The reason why Usher is an icon is because of the stage presence. It's because of the vocal ability, but also the songs. An album like Confessions, an album like 8701. Everybody can't do it. If everybody could do it, they would. He is a giant in the Black music pantheon, and he deserves every single thing that he gets. I do believe that the carving out this space for Black men and Black fathers. Now I want to talk about this, and I'm going to take my girls off. I'm going to take my girls off screen. I understand that Usher, I'm sure because he understood that having all women tribute him was going to look a certain way or contribute to a certain kind of narrative, he decided to bring all of these men on stage who have contributed to his career. Okay. And he wants to celebrate the fathers. Okay. There's Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and whom I love and adore, and all of these other people, including L.A. Reid. And if this was a year or two ago, Diddy would have been up there. I'm saying this to say, I don't want to speculate. Usher has been in the music industry full on working since he was a preteen to teenager. When he tells the stories about his young life, he talks about living at different points in time with Sean Combs / Diddy, Puffy. These adult men that he tributes and says contributed meaningfully to his success laid their hands on him, figuratively speaking. I'm saying figuratively, okay? They invested in him, and he would not be where he is without their help, for sure. Without speculating too much about what's going on or has gone on with Usher, I want to say I absolutely find it to be appalling. Now, here's what I can say with that. I don't want to go into the speculation about what y'all say about what may or may not have happened to Usher when he was a child or his sexuality or whatever. I don't know. What I know for sure is L.A. Reid has been accused of multiple women of sexual abuse, harassment, assault. Multiple people over many years. In fact, that's one of the reasons why he lost his very cushy, high-level record executive job, because of all of these allegations, including allegations from a woman named Drew Dixon. I interviewed Drew Dixon years ago on the For Harriet channel. She was great. She was generous. You can go watch that interview. L.A. Reid has not been convicted of sexual assault, harassment, or rape, so I cannot legally call him a rapist. However, there are many, many allegations. It's weird to me that while you are trying to make a statement about upstanding Black manhood, that you would include a man who has repeatedly, over decades, been accused by several women of sexual assault, harassment, rape. Why would you want him to stand beside you in that loyalty? Okay. Look, but and this is another reason why I don't really have it in my heart to block off any time to really watch the BET Awards. Because a couple of years ago, Diddy received a Lifetime Achievement Award and he got a similar kind of tribute. There had been allegations about Diddy and his behavior in business, his misbehavior with artists, and also misbehavior with in his romantic relationships for many years before that tribute, before that celebration during the BET Awards. But they still decided to do that. There's no way that happened and I just don't believe it's possible that when the Diddy Tribute Celebration Award was being planned, that nobody said, hey, aren't there some rumors and isn't there some stuff out there about this man? But it's like, oh, well, nobody's going to care. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to care. It's not going to be big, right? When people hear that L.A. Reid is being invited to this show, that Usher wants to celebrate him and potentially bring him up on stage, I guess how does L.A. Reid even get a ticket? Like, I just think people's politics around women are actually fake. Like, they're actually fake. They're actually not real politics. I put hashtag gynocracy in the title of this video because it's a joke. There's no gynocracy. Like, men like L.A. Reid don't get celebrations in a gynocracy. No. That's not a thing. So, as spectacular as I think Usher is as a performer, as spectacular a performer as I think Usher is, as incredible as I think his catalog is, except for that last album, girl. I had a great time at the Vegas residencies when I went to go see them. Something's missing. Something's not right there. And I find that to be really strange. I find that to be really strange, really odd. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to my final thoughts. I think it is really interesting that there is all of this conversation about Sexy Red. It's Sexy Red because of the attention that she draws to herself. People call Sexy Red a minstrel. They call her a coon. She's bringing Black people down. She is perverting and convoluting the minds of Black children. She is horrible for the hood. I wonder how many people said, hey, isn't that a credibly accused rapist on stage? Like, here's my thing with the Sexy Red haters. I am so tired of the Sexy Red obsessives. I have seen multiple TikToks, tweets. I have engaged in multiple conversations of the, if you like Get It Sexy, you're a coon. If you like Sexy Red, you're a coon enabler. You are rooting for the downfall of Black people. If you shake your ass to get it sexy. And I'm like, baby, we have real fucking problems. One, y'all want pop culture to fix stuff that only politics can fix. Two, you don't even really have politics. You don't even really have politics about Black people. Now, besides the Get It Sexy song, is Sexy Red my fave? No, didn't mention her because it wasn't my fave. Doesn't appeal to me. She does stuff that I think is actually quite distasteful for me. But hyper focus on Sexy Red is not a productive use of my time or energy. The Sexy Red obsessives need to get some business. The Supreme Court is over there doing some heinous stuff. Check in. The Democratic nominee for president doesn't know what day it is. Check in. Moreover, I appreciate the celebration and the featuring of so many different kinds of Black women during the BET Awards because it underscores that if Sexy Red is not your thing, that is totally fine. There are so many other kinds of Black women performers that you can engage with. Sexy Red? Not for me. Don't like it. It's not my thing. Except for that one song, Get It Sexy. Except for that one song. But I just keep scrolling. Move on to the next thing. Of the Sexy Reds pop up. A shame. We gotta admonish. Y'all are coon lovers. Coon lovers. I'm sorry. I just got too excited to say that. I've never said coon lovers before in my life. I don't know where that came from. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Am I back? Okay. Something happened. Something happened, but I think I'm back now. I said all that to say that the people I hope y'all missed the coon lovers part. I took it too far. I apologize. Okay. I mean, I'm not really sorry, but I didn't mean to say coon lovers like that. Have your critiques, don't engage with it, don't show Sexy Red to your children, don't play the music. But the hyperfixation, the hyperfocus is just it's a cycle that is not productive. It is, to my mind, people using Sexy Red to work through their general distaste for Black women that they think are ghetto. And every few years, there has to be a pop culture figure for people to glom onto to work through that distaste with. They're using her as a vehicle to exercise their demons. But let's be honest about what it is. And by the way, I think Sexy Red does stuff that is like, dude, that video of Sexy Red, we're in the fake Oval Office where she had her feet up on the fake presidential desk and she was pretending to get oral sex. Girl, for what? For what? Sexy. But then I'm just like, let me just keep on scrolling. Keep on scrolling. It does not take up, I think it's just taking up an inordinate amount of space in people's minds. And you've got to work through it. You've got to. Get involved in your communities. Because Sexy Red is not going away. And when she goes away, it's going to be another one. So I said all that to say, shout out to BET for providing so many different kinds of women the opportunity to showcase their exceptional skills and talents. We have to talk about the Normani thing. Normani was supposed to perform at the BET Awards. I don't know what she was supposed to perform. Maybe a day or so before the BET Awards, she pulled out because she got some kind of leg injury. Because people were definitely going to question her about this, she showed an image of her crutches and her leg bandaged up. Somebody put roots on Normani. That's the only explanation. One of Normani's grannies, they pissed off the wrong person. It is just crazy to me how it's one thing after the other after the other. I remember a couple of years ago when she was set to perform at the VMAs, Wild Side, and apparently there was some big technical malfunction for that performance. It's got to be supernatural at this point, because what other explanation is there? When people say, oh, that doesn't matter, girl, you should just sit in the chair like Michael Jackson did during the Soul Train Awards that one time and give us a good vocal, I think y'all are not being honest. That feels really disingenuous to me. I think there was a general understanding that this was a huge, huge deal for Normani in the launch cycle of this album, and anything less than 10 out of 10 people would have jumped on. Moreover, Normani, undoubtedly being a perfectionist, she's clearly seems to be a perfectionist. I am not mad at her for saying, if this is the first time I'm going to be able to showcase my debut album on a huge stage, I want it to be exactly what I have in my mind. I want it to be perfect. I don't want to have to alter it. The expectations were so I think we just gotta pray for Normani, and I'm being serious. Something is going on. It is just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I'm so curious about what that performance would have been. What are y'all saying? Are y'all saying that there's a technical issue? Just put it in the chat. Yeah, put it in the chat if there's a technical issue. Moving on. Money Long was supposed to perform that Nobody Knows Me Like You. I love that song. Made for Me. I love that song. I think Money Long as a songwriter, as a traditional R&B ballad songwriter, she's going in the Hall of Fame. I was not sure that she was going to be able to top or equal Hours and Hours, because Hours and Hours is such a stunning song, a perfectly written R&B song in an old school mode. But that's not like, she did it. I'm so proud of her. I love her. I wish she would have performed. I don't know what happened there. She was promoted in the run-up to the BET Awards. We just didn't see her. I feel like Eris Harris and Van Van were a space filler. It was cute or whatever, but here's my thing. I have been reading a lot about happiness and contentment and how to live a great life, because that is what you start to do when you're overprivileged. And I live an overprivileged life, and I'm just too content. I'm just going to be honest with you, okay? One thing that my explorations of happiness and contentment and desire have brought me to is encouraging your kids to be child stars is child abuse. I'm sorry, it is. I don't think there is a healthy way to encourage your children to be gawked at and consumed by millions of people. As cute as Van Van and Eris Harris are, I just want them to go back to, I know Eris is from Atlanta. I don't know where Van Van is from. Go back, go to elementary school, be normal until about 16, 17, and pop back out. Just be normal. Go play with blocks, hang out with your friends, go to pool parties. But the idea of molding and shaping little girls, and then little Black girls at that, to be consumed by grown people, it's gonna be a no for me. I don't like it. I don't think that we should be promoting that at all. But I am so conservative about that. I just am. Moving on. Apparently there was some Lotto and Ice Spice drama. Again, the people with white parents were really embarrassing. I don't care. I'm not interested in it. I saw some tweet where Lotto said, "Give me my tens." Tens for what? Tens for what? What? I honestly, Gen Z, I am so fucking mad at y'all. I am so fucking mad at y'all for making Ice Spice a thing. I can deal with the racial ambiguity and the the caste systems, the colorist caste systems that propel a Tyla. Cause she at least she can whine her hips a little bit, sing a little bit, give us a little bit of a bop. And she's not fucking obnoxious. Y'all got Ice Spice out here with the big head. And I cannot do that. Y'all need to be ashamed. Y'all need to be embarrassed. Because what's going on? What's going on? If we gonna do that, at least give it to a brown skin girl. Brown skin girl. At least do that. But if we're going down this route, I would rather have 10 sexy reds than one Ice Spice. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the entire thing is abominable. All right. Oh, I did not watch the show. So I did not watch the show. So I have no idea what you're talking about with regard to Taraji P. Henson or Keith Lee. I don't know. I don't remember seeing Doechii. I did not watch Lauryn Hill's performance. It just yeah. Okay. All right, you guys. That's all I have. Oh, I'm just looking at some, but we did get Sabrina, Tate McRae, and Tyla. Did we talk about Kamala Harris? I think y'all are pushing it with Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is a person who has long been indoctrinated or integrated into Black American Negro society. I'm sure that she has been using some form of AAVE since the 80s. You're fucking pushing it. I'm sorry. You're not going to tell me a Howard, an Alpha chapter, AKA, just discovered Ebonics in 2020. It's just not possible. I know we don't like the lady. Honestly, nobody likes her. And that's why Democrats are in such a horrible position, because Kamala polls just as badly as Joe Biden. But that's a conversation for another day. I don't have anything else to say here. Yes, Kamala went to Howard. When I said Alpha chapter, AKA, that's because Alpha Kappa Alpha, the sorority, was founded at Howard. But these are Negro things. These are Negress fun facts. If you're not Black American, you don't know them. I will talk to you guys later. See you next time.